clinician and administrator. He worked hard for popularization of different minor and underrecognized fruits in the western part of West Bengal. So thanks.
Good morning to everybody. Actually, I am so bored. Anyway, I must be thankful to Dr. Polla, Dr. Suresh, and Dinesh, who called me to participate in this particular international seminar. Though initially I was very hesitant, but I feel it's my home. Actually, I spent 2 years as a professor in this institute, so I feel okay. I can recall my good old days. So, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Binoy Shore, who happens to be an agriculturist, and we are really proud of him. And this principal also of this institute. Then Professor Asian Ghosh is my senior, and he is one of the pioneers in popularizing these minor foods. And he has initiated this research in BCKG much earlier, and we are really grateful that we are exposed by his activities. Professor Ashit Basu, the secretary of these organizations, is one of my senior and my beloved Dada. I have seen him in the morning. Parthoda, he was there. He's one of our mentors at that time. And they are very known faces. And in the dais itself, Dr. Vikas Das, Dr. S.P. Das, both of them are very close to me. They are my younger brothers, two eminent scientists in this own field. They have lots of innovative work, awards and everything. And they are doing excellent work, highly acknowledged by ICAR and agriculture faculties. I must thankful to Joydeep, who has introduced the purpose of this international seminar to us, and very able leadership of Polla and his team. So thank you once again for organizing this international seminar in this revered institutes. Ordinarily, if we consider the philosophy of Rabindranath, and you must be knowing that Rabindranath not only is a philosopher, he has multifaceted personalities. Apart from that, he has civic movement in this soil. And with the feeling of understanding of interconnectedness of nature and humanity, cultural identity and heritage, promoting holistic education, empowering of the local communities, and philosophy of sustainability. If you go through the theme of this workshop or the international seminar, you have some resemblance. So that's the power of these institutes, and that's the essence of this seminar. So there are commonalities. So I feel organizing this international seminar in this particular soil where Rabindranath Tagore was preached the philosophy of his development is the right place to organize this type of seminar. And the theme itself is very pertinent, considering the multifaceted activities of the three crops, the minor foods, the medicinal plants, and the aromatic plants. So the relevance of these three crops contributing to health, nutrition, economics, or rural livelihood, cultural practices, and environmental sustainability that is in biology. This cultivation use actually the word, I have some empathy to the word minor. I say minor to our researcher or the policymakers. For whom those who are cultivating this minor, to them it is major. And if you go to the property people of West Bengal and across the globe, some of them are cultivating these crops for their livelihood. To them it is major. And normally, I was thankful Dr. S. Rose and his team. They are trying to promote these three crops because it is underutilized, less privileged, and less focused. So their duty is to promote these three crops, presenting them before the researcher, before the policymaker, and the implementers. So really, I am grateful to them. As a society, they are doing justice to these three crops. So this is a seminar. So there is a for the coming 2 days, there will be a great discourse of different issues or different dimension of the three crops. But there are many issues, susceptible issues, which will be taken care of. To my mind, that genetic improvement and breeding, that means crop diversity and genetic resources promotions, biotechnology and molecular breeding also, that is also very important. Then those who are working on phytochemistry and pharmacology, it is also immensely important to use all these crops. And we have to think for sustainable use of that. But that as an exception is, it comes into our mind when a farmers grow a particular crop. We never thought of about the value chain itself. How best we can give marketing margin to their farmers. At the same time, it is also equally important to see the post-harvest technology and the value addition part of these three crops. If you consider aromatic crop production and essential oils, already in India we have some issues. They are doing good, but how far the technology developed is next to our farmers. And so far as knowledge goes, many of the crops have high profitability, but our poor farmers did not meet the harvest of the developed technology or the protocols that developed in ISMFMAP and other issues. We have to think for this crop because some of this crop has climatic resilience, which is also very important. And at the same time, when I started my career as a assistant professor or lecturer, we were exposed to indigenous knowledge. So some of us working on indigenous vegetables and fruits, and some of the minor fruits comes mixed in. And that time we were working on homestead garden, and I can recall that one of our colleagues, he has identified that in the homestead gardens is the abode of the biodiversity, and most of the minor fruits and this plant, medicinal plants, that are the habitat of the homestead gardens. So these are the knowledge of the local peoples. While working on ethnobotany for the northeast and Nicobar Island, there are rich resources of these plants. So we have to take care of the rich resources of knowledge that is still is living with the poor people or the farmers or the farming mates, and now this is passing into oblivion. So it is our duty to collect those knowledge because one should ask the student give up to go to the forest, identify some medicinal plant. After the whole day when Jiva returned back and reported that sir I have roamed around the whole forest, but I don't find no plants with having every plant I have found that every plant has medicinal qualities. So that the rich resources we have. So we have to inculcate the spirits. I hope this seminar itself, international seminar itself, will emanate lot of knowledges, lot of space will be created for future collaborations. Some best practices will be shared, networks will be developed, and ultimately the whole knowledge pool will be developed. So I hope this today's session will create a supportive ecosystem that fosters innovations, promotes sustainability, and economic viability in the days to come. So I am thankful again to the organizers for
sir, for your inspiring words and thought-provoking words. May I now request Dr. Bikash Rao sir to deliver the address. He is the Director ICR NRC for Lychee, Muzaffarpur from Bihar, and he has more than 22 years of research experience in the field of horticulture-based production system in the hill and plateau region of eastern India. And basically, his area is in conservation of plant genetic resource, standardization of production technology of fruit crops, and considerable order of new horticulture crop varieties.
Thank you very much. सबको नमस्कार. Respected dignitaries and dais, honorable chief guest of this program, Dr. Basu sir. I had the privilege of sir meeting sir during my last visit to his university, and I was really uh, inspired by the way I had interacted and sir had shared some of his vision regarding mass technology principle and all. Vice Chancellor of this university, Professor Vinay Master. Uh, in the attention course, I could see from his speech the amount of energy that has come from him in building up this society. Um, Dr. Siksha, my colleague director at NRC Orchid, senior at IRA, Jyoti, my junior at IRA, and happy to see you in this position. I see many of my friends, colleagues, and some of my students here. So, very good morning, everybody. First of all, I must express my thanks to Jyoti for inviting me to this campus. In fact, I am not talking about the symposium right now, but this campus, coming to this campus itself is it gives a lot of feeling of happiness, the beautiful campus full of greenery and no doubt the kind of vibration it has. It has inspired many people around the world over the last hundred of years, as I came to know. And in fact, Jerry, during my meeting at our Indian Horticulture Congress at Bharati, that time only he had told me that you have to attend this program. And I had committed without knowing what is the topic of this seminar. He just said, whether you have to come, and I said yes. I didn't know what was the topic of the seminar, and later, when I got the letter, I could know that it is about minor fruits, and that is what immediately struck my mind. And when I was working in my previous institute, and we submitted a project on minor fruits. In fact, my director immediately he scolded me. So he told, "Why do you say it is a minor fruit?" As Dr. Basu he has rightly indicated, there is nothing minor about it. I had attended that meeting in which Professor Swaminathan has first time he has said there is nothing coarse about the coarse cereals. Earlier the Bajra and Jowar they used to be called coarse cereals, and that time we said no, we should stop talking about the coarse cereals. We should say nutritious cereals. Similarly, calling it minor fruit many times it confuses many people, as rightly said. For many people it is their major fruit. And so in our institute discussion, it was decided to name this project as lesser known fruits. They may be underexploited, and in many places it is exploited, but if you look at the number of people who are aware of its commercial value, that is where we started calling it as lesser known crops and lesser known fruits. And in fact, when we started preparing for our ARS exam in the 90s, that time we were sure that we will be getting a question on minor fruits or underexploited fruit. It was 23 years back, 24 years back, and I think around 25 years back, we have been writing about it, we have been reading about it on all ARS aspirants that time. They were sure that there will be a question on minor fruits and underexploited fruits, and we used to talk about it and we used to write everything about it. And still today, I really sometimes it hurts. Those crops are still placed at the rank of minor fruits, which we have been reading as minor fruits 25 years back. And I must compliment many institutes in India, particularly in the southern states. Like I certainly like to take name of the Konkan University, the Palli. They have contributed a lot towards doing standardizing many of the practices of such many of the underutilized crops. Our IHR Chetali Center, Silver, uh, Shantivel Sensor is here, and they have also done a lot of work. I must compliment Dr. Kundan at Bhubaneswar. Many of the students I would suggest if they find a chance to visit Bhubaneswar, CHS Bhubaneswar, there is a plot developed by him. I don't know how is the health right now, but it was a very big step in bringing all lesser known fruits to one plot to see their performance under Bhubaneswar condition. But today I am here because when I was preparing for what to speak about it, maybe I will get a chance to speak in detail in some technical session. But I would like to emphasize this point at this moment that when I was going through thinking of what to speak about, because when I was at working at Ranchi, I have worked on so many crops, so jackfruit, custard apple, beer, and many of those crops. And when I was going through the literature, uh, people, most of the literature, most of the publications with high impact concentrated rating of more than one or two or three, I could not find a single research paper in except jackfruit and custard apple, which are no more. I don't think still I don't know whether they consider it as a lesser known crop or not. They are not. But a crop like jamun or a crop like karambola, crop like rose apple, I could not see a single paper beyond more two rating or three rating of Thomson Reuters rating in which they have worked on standardization of production technology. Most of the work since last 25 years have focused on nutritional value and industrial value, what are the biochemical composition, what is the diversity. But we as ICR scientists, we have so far not been able to do justice to this very important component to take it to the farmers. If you do not have adequate planting material, if you do not have standardized production technology published in high impact journals, there are many research papers I have seen. They are published in many journals, but I could not find. I was doing a lot of Scopus research and science direct research, and our papers have not been published in high impact journal on standardization of production at what distance they should be planted, what should be the pruning time, what should be the all those critical steps to be followed. For the first time, I was really excited in the year 2001 when I first time went to BCKB for my ARS training program. And at Seattle railway station, I could see rose apple and star apple being sold in huge quantity. I never knew that they have commercial value. I am from Odisha, we should take it in our home, but that could be sold at commercial rate. I never had that idea, and that's really hats off to West Bengal state and many other states in South who have really taken forward some of these lesser known fruits and people consume those lesser known fruits in West Bengal. I have seen where we don't, they pay money to purchase those lesser known fruits. But time has come that the society, the kind of work it has done, it is really admirable, and time has come that we all must join hands that uh, the technology to produce this crop at commercial scale. Because now, if you go to the literature around, I could see around 5,000 papers on medicinal values of jamun and industrial uses of jamun. But we don't see any research paper on how to prune a jamun tree or how to There are work I know many CSH Lucknow, they have developed a variety. They have released. They're working on proving technology. They have not published a research paper on a very high impact journal. That is why that has been my topic this time. I want to talk about where we academics stand. And I appeal all the people from the research institutions that we really have to gear up our program. Lot of data has been generated. We know they have got medicinal value. We know that many, in case of tamarind, I could say thousands of pepper use of gum extracted from the stick. Many IITs and all have done that, but there is no paper how to prune a tamarind tree. So its time has come. I believe that at the end of these 2 days of deliberations, some inspirations can go to the young people because we have a crop like jamun and many our indigenous tree, and when I see young people working on dragon fruit and nobody working on jamun, so that sometimes also I get confused that if I have got one scientist and we have got a very important tree before me that is jamun, and I divert my 1% to dragon fruit, that sometimes hurts me. But I would say, being a scientist, we must have that much of love for our own Indian fruit also. So I appeal the academies here to give a second thought towards their forthcoming research programs, and by the end of these 2 days, we must come out with some inspiration to redirect our research work, particularly research work for the students as well as the researchers, so that we can really make a big impact and take it in a big way to the world. So with this word, I'd like to conclude here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words, the valuable information you have shared, and the experience sharing. So now we move to the next welcome address by Dr. Shankar Prasad Das. He is the director, ICR NRC Orchid, Backyard East Sikkim. He started his early research career at ICR Nave Tripura Center in the discipline of plant breeding. His breeding work, particularly for rice and many other vegetable crops, includes orchids, are commendable and popular within the scientific community throughout the globe. So may I request sir to come and deliver that.
শ্রদ্ধেয় কবিগুলোকে আমার সশস্ত্র প্রণাম। For me, actually, it's a very emotional visit. The moment somebody invited me to come to Shantiniketan, I mean, immediately I agreed because probably it is like a dream come true for me for a very long time. For some reason, I could not come to Shantiniketan, and it is really today I can't explain in words the feelings I am having to be here, where such a great man actually walked, and such a great man given a new dimension to the philosophy, to this entire world. And probably many of us, till today, we could not understand him to the fullest. And along with me, the moment my wife also listened that yes, Shanti Niketan, Sunita, she is here. She also said, I also must visit. And truly, sir, the Honorable depends on the dais, Honorable Vice Chancellor of this university, Dr. Sarit sir, and Honorable Vice Chancellor of the UPJD, Dr. Basu sir, Dr. Vikas Sri, Bhoti Kodipapani, Dr. Ghosh sir, and Dr. Joydeep Mangalji, and Dr. Praladji, and many of my friends who I studied in IIRI along with me, Dr. Bidhan, Dr. Ranjan, Dr. Gautam, Dr. Shobi, Deepak, many. Truly speaking, I didn't come here to attend this seminar just. I just came here to get that feelings, to see that place where actually Kaviguru lived and all this. If you see
In today's context, I will come a little bit later about this minor crops and all these things. Probably his philosophy even more relevant today. I mean, the way the world is doing, so many things are going on, so many destructions, so many wars. And if people could have understood Rabindranath Tagore, even to the slightest fraction, probably these things would not happen today in this world. And really, I take this opportunity, sir, because this dais and this stage, I am honored to share with you on behalf of myself, on behalf of my organization, and on behalf of entire people in Tripura. I must convey this message the way Rabindranath Tagore actually influenced the day-to-day life. Though things have little bit changed. Say, when we were young, if you move in a para in the evening time, every house you will hear that there is a harmonium and people are singing Ravindra singing. And it is incomplete. A house without Ravindra singing. Like that, maybe with this time, I would say in this 20 years time, slowly, many things are fading. These minor fruits are also something like that. Our forefather parents, they used to ensure that in our diet, at least in a year, 2, 3 times, jamun bhatta or jamun comes to our plate. We eat jamun, we eat kamranga, we eat, several other things. And with the, what I can say, it's an innovation by the modern things, McDonald's, KFC, so many things. We started forgetting so many of our own things. But it will come. Now in India, say for example, I work my PhD in Palli, Bajra, that time it was used to be a poor man's crop. Means Bajra is cultivated by the poorest of the poorest farmer and in a forced land that is available with the farmer. Today, Bajra is still available. And actually what used to be available at a 10 rupees kilo, people eating Bajra, they were poor people. If they used to get a meal of rice, they used to feel lucky. Today it is totally reversed. The day we get a Bajra roti, we feel lucky. They go, I have got a roti of Bajra. And it has become such of importance. And I am very confident these minor fruits, whatever we are saying, sir has said, it may be named as a minor fruit. Truly, they are not minor. In several aspects, you don't need vitamin enzymes in a quantity like rice. They are always required in a very trace amount. That's why these minor fruits used to be never consumed in a large quantity because they give us that kind of some trace element that is very important for our body. And that's why today we are suffering from so many things, sugar, BP, thyroid, so many several other things. And slowly, as I said in case of these all coarse millets, as today they are cherished as a Sriyanna, it's not very far that these minor crops, minor fruits, minor medicinal and aromatic plants, whatever we are saying, they will become a very important part. It happens when actually we move away from our culture. Even if I can say about orchid, I don't know how many of you are aware that in Chavanprasth, in our Vedic system or in our traditional medicine system, we call them Ashtavarga. And out of that Ashtavarga, there are four which are actually orchid species. And Chavanprasth, that is consumed in each and every home, is incomplete without those Ashtavargas. So if Ashtavarga has to be there in Chavanprasth, there should be four orchids. Why those four orchids should be there in that Chavanprasth? because they are very medicinally rich. They have very high medicinal importance. One of our scientists, Dr. Suman, is there. He will present a paper particularly on this. So many things we today don't realize their value, but nothing to worry. We will understand their value in due course of time, and people already started realizing, and the full realization when it comes, they will be very important in our diet. That every day, every month, say we used to have several cultural festivals. Even I remember, say Sankranti, we used to have some one preparation in which was incomplete without 51 vegetables to be cooked in the meal. Even I remember as a child, my mother used to send to collect those from roadside, that side, this side. So they used to know that yes, at least once in a year, I must eat that, even if it is a glass, because there is something very important. So regarding these minor fruits also, my opinion is that say I am now basically a rice breeder, millet breeder, then working as a orchid breeder, and struggling with to establish orchid as a very successful crop in India. But for that also I think the days for orchid in India is also come. Not only as a cut flower, it is coming for their importance in the cosmetics, for their importance in the medicine, for their importance in the nutraceutical properties. So these group may be small and Gosar and whoever have been doing for a long period. It's a matter of a time. It will come to that stage where this effort will go a long way. And this seminar will be then become as a one of the significant events in that history which had discussed about this and which had brought out some conclusion, some interferences that will be used by the future generation. And truly speaking, I have so many things, but I will not take much time. I, from my sincerely, from core of my heart, I express my gratitude to Praladji, to Jaideepji. I know him for very long time, for giving me this opportunity to be here in Santiniketan and get a pulse, a feelings of such a great person who roamed here. Really, thank you, Namaskar. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your cordial words which touch the sanctity of the place as well as touch the vision of Rabindranath Tagore and also rightly connected it with the ecological consequence. Hope in the near future the dreams and aspirations will be fulfilled. Now it is time to listen to the address by the chief patron of the symposium and the guest of honor, Professor Vinay Kumar Shovin, sir, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Visva Bharati. Although he is from agronomy, but as on a personal note, I know that he is a huge knowledge bank as far as the ITK related to this crops are concerned. So it is time to listen from sir.
Thank you, Mohana. Good morning, namaskar. On the dais, my teachers, Dr. Professor S.N. Ghosh, my elder brother, Professor Basu, very, very close to me, Dr. Vikas Das, Dr. S.P. Das, and head of horticulture and enforcement technology of the institute, and on the dais, my teacher, Professor Siksha, and other dignitaries, our faculty members as well as students of this institute. I am the last person of which can still exist. And I am only person and one of the member, or you can say, who can get the essence of this topic and also the taste of the topic. Because I am very much acquainted with this topic. Topic means the topics which are being discussed in this seminar. And rightly, our senior Masuda mentioned on what basis minor truths, major truths, or underrated values have been classified. And also, I don't have any idea of this. Because some truths which are also really major truths to the rural people as well as villagers. And now at present, which are very precious and also unavailable, you can say. And I have, I have consumed personally so many foods which are now in the way of aging. And what are the reasons? Reasons behind it. Only reasons our urbanization or the civilization. We are destroying, we are engaged in deforestation. Because these microfoods are generally grown under forest ecosystem and not grown in our cultivated land. Because I can remember, Kendu. Kendu does was Melodic xylem, which was one of the important food crop consumed by the rural people for one time, their major food also. In our place, I think who are from southern Bankura district as well as Nilapur district, they can remember the Bhuru Fall. Bhuru Fall, which is Gardenia gamifera. Now this species, this plant species, nearly extinct situation. Bhalai. Bhalai, Boichi, one of the delicious fruit, which is Placotia indica. I could not find in the last few years in our area, which was earlier, it was really available each and every rural people. Now, PR, it is also the plants which is also available around the sub-decathon, and I can see only two plants in our farm, but earlier the population was much more than two. And another plant, kusum. Kusum means not that spines or oil seeds. Another minor fruit which is really popular to the rural people. And regarding medicinal plants, the rural people used that, earlier used that fruit only on a special date, that is 13th of Jyeshtha Bangla. In Bengal is Jyeshtha month, that is Rohit Fall, Asari Fall. Now I cannot find in our area even uh, in you can see forest area also. So these are the plants which are now getting importance. That's why I must thank the society which has been formed, the Society for Minor Fruits, Medicinal and Aromatic Plants, who are trying to explore or trying to, I think, restore the species which are under this condition. And Rabindranath Tagore, while now we are organizing this international seminar, you know, I think on this aspect he introduced the Visva where the plant diversification, biodiversification maintained each and every year. And you can find maximum plants in certification area, what you can find in India or abroad. You can find here, but we don't know what it is. But he has tried to maintain this biodiversity. However, and to all these points, Robin Tagore, I can say Tagore some Bengali quotation. বন হলো প্রকৃতির মন্দির, বন হলো প্রকৃতির মন্দির যেখানে আমরা প্রকৃতির সাথে একাত্ম হতে পারি। বনায়ন হলো প্রকৃতির প্রতি আমাদের কৃতজ্ঞতা প্রকাশের একটি উপায়। বন হলো আমাদের জীবনের একটি অপরিহার্য অংশ এবং আমাদের অবশ্যই এটি রক্ষা করতে হবে। বনায়ন হলো আমাদের ভবিষ্যতের জন্য একটি বিনিয়োগ এবং আমাদের অবশ্যই এটি দিতে হবে। লাস্ট ওয়ান, বন হলো প্রকৃতির একটি অংশ এবং আমাদের অবশ্যই এটি সম্মান করতে হবে। তো নাও উই আর হিয়ার where this great philosopher, socially forward, introduced the big Sorofar program in Visva Bharati, and that's why what he thought 100 years ago, now we are thinking about this. However, the delegates who have come here, I must uh, give them warm welcome for attending this seminar, and I can say this seminar, this international conference or symposium will give us or will explore some ideas to maintain this underutilized or underutilized stock, specifically the which are medicinally important and also the innutritionally rich fruits. And lastly, I may say please share this outcome of this seminar to other scientists throughout India as well as abroad. And lastly, I must say namaskar, thanks.
Thank you very much, sir, for the insights related to the genetic erosion, information erosion, and knowledge erosion related to the underutilized plants. And rightly, you have connected with the vision of the founder, our Gurudev, and pointed out the roles and responsibilities we are supposed to carry forward in the future. So thank you for very much, sir, for your kind words. Now we have come to the last part where vote of thanks will be delivered by Dr. Prahlad Dev from Department of Horticulture and PhD, and he is also the organizing secretary of this international seminar.
morning to all the dignitaries, Vice Chancellor Visva Bharati, Professor sir, Vice Chancellor Tulungu Shiksha Vidyalaya, Professor Devabrata Basu sir, Director National Research Center for Orchids, Dr. Vikas Das sir, Dr. Shankar Prasad Das sir, Director National Research Center for Lychee, Dr. Vikas Das sir, our Head of the Department, Dr. Jyoti Mandal sir, the President of the Society for Minor Fruits, Medicinal and Aromatic Plants, Professor S.M. sir, and all other dignitaries present over here. So it is my honor and privilege to propose the formal vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing committee, particularly as the organizing secretary of International Symposium, 7th International Symposium on Minor Fruits, Medicinal and Aromatic Plants. So these esteemed gatherings of scientists, researchers, academicians, students from India and from abroad is the extraordinary platform for exchanging the knowledge, fostering the collaboration, and for this crucial domain of the food production. And first and foremost, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to our chief guest, Professor Devabrata Basu sir, Vice Chancellor, Uttar Banga Vishwavidyalaya, for sparing his time from his tight and busy schedule to grace this occasion with his inspiring presence and words of wisdom. Sir, your insights have undoubtedly set the tone of the discussion and collaborations we aspire to achieve through this symposium. A heartfelt thank goes to keynote speakers, those who will deliver the keynote address, particularly Dr. Vikas Das sir and Dr. Shankar Prasad Das sir, who will be enlightening the talks for their understanding on importance and potential of minor fruits, medicinal plants as well as the aromatic plants. Sir, your expertise and research contributions will provide the dimensions to our thinking and it will undoubtedly inspire the innovations in this field. So we are thankful to Dr. Sanjay Kumar Singh sir, DDG Horticulture, who will be present tomorrow and join with us for his knowledgeable session as well as in the valedictory session, as he has given the consent to be present over here. I am deeply appreciative of the efforts and commitment of our invited speakers, Dr. Kundan Kishore sir from CISH Lucknow, Dr. Shaktival sir from IIH Bengaluru, Dr. Hare sir from IIH here, Dr. Nilesh Bhumik sir, Dr. Gopal Shukla sir, Dr. C.P. Suresh sir, Professor J.G. Janati madam, Dr. Ranjit Chatterjee sir, Dr. Kaushal Kumar sir, Dr. Suman Lotto, Dr. G.P. Sahu sir, Dr. Jyoti Banerjee, so lot of many other gems of academicians and researchers there who will deliver the invited lectures. To the international delegates, I extend our special thanks to them for joining over in this platform of exchanging the shares. So, Professor Kalpulata madam, Dr. Kamul Bhasan sir from Bangladesh, Dr. Saptoshi from Dallas. So, many other participants will be there online for joining. They will join online. And the students and young researchers, your enthusiasm and curiosity that will truly motivating and the questions, perspectives we will bring in the travel of the discussion and that will be very vital for keeping the spirit of the journey of our research as well as the future endeavor of this particular field. So I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the organizing committee, volunteers who work tirelessly behind the process of this entire symposium, the meticulous planning, dedication, and they ensure the seamless the transmission of this symposium. I express my heartfelt thanks to the Society President Professor S.M. Ghosh sir, Society Secretary Professor Ashik Basu sir, Professor Ronigam Chatterjee sir, Professor Foti Kauri sir, and I shall thank to our registrar Dr. Ashok Mahato, who has given the permission of entire your process of the symposium to be hosted here. I am also thankful to our Joint Registrar Academic Research, Dr. Sanjay Ghosh sir, for giving us the permission. And finally, the participants and the attendees, thank you very much for your active engagement and definitely your thoughtful questions and the enthusiasm for the collaboration, spirit for the innovative research that will definitely give us the proper shape of the objective of the symposium. I shall thank to the media persons present over here who are yet to publish it in the newspapers for the general people regarding the outcome of the symposium. And as we conclude this inaugural session, and let us carry forward the knowledge that we delivered in the foremost session, and definitely the 2 days discussion, it will be impactful and it will be insightful, as well as it will be helpful for all the scientific and academic communities as a whole. So with this, I want to conclude. Thank you very much.
So with this, we conclude the inaugural session, and afterwards the technical session will be starting.
Photographers, our student photographers are requested to come in front so that the dignitaries in the dais we have a photograph. And another announcement is also there. The keynote session of this symposium, it will be convened here only, this community hall, and only 10 minutes tea break will be there. After that, we will start the keynote session here, and we have very important lectures that will be delivered here by Dr. Vikas Das sir, NRC Institute, Dr. Shankar Prasad Das sir, NRC Office, as well as the Dr. Deepak Kumar Naik from CISH Regional Center Malda. All the participants, they are supposed to have tea that will be served in outside of this community hall. So after having tea, we will again assemble here for the keynote session. So keynote session will be started at right 2 p.m. or just after 12. So please have tea outside this community hall and please assemble, don't go anywhere so that we can start our session at right time. So all are requested to have tea outside.
প্রেজেন্টেশন সেভ করে নাও ওখানে
Delegates are requested to come inside so that the next technical session, that is the keynote session, we can start the keynote session in time. Otherwise, what will happen? We will be late, and all the session will go late. So all the dignitaries as well as the esteemed participants are requested to come inside so that the esteemed session, so that the keynote session can be started. অনেকগুলো ফাইল আছে তো এখানে ওই যে উপরে আছে Good afternoon, everybody. So, after the inaugural session, we have assembled here for the keynote session. And in this keynote session, there are three keynote address, and out of which one is keynote address. Keynote address will be delivered by Dr. Vikas Das, Director NRC Lichi, and address will be delivered by Dr. Shankar Prasad Das, Director NRC Office, as well as Dr. Deepak Kumar Nayak, CISH Regional Center Malda. And this session will be chaired by Professor Devobroto Basu, Vice Chancellor, Uttarbanga Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, and it will be rapporteured by Dr. Kalipado Pramani, Department of Agronomy, Institute of Agriculture, Visva, Bharati. So I shall request Professor Devobroto Basu sir to chair this session, and Dr. Kalipado Pramani of our institute to assist Professor Basu sir in this regard. And now I shall request Professor Devobroto Basu sir to initiate this session. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, brother. Already we are a bit late. Thank you. So it's around 12:15. So can you tell me the one that we have? So that around 30 minutes. So I can put in 25 minutes and have me for discussion. Yes. 10 minutes. How many minutes? 15 minutes? Okay. Okay.
Time is there.
Dr. Dash, how many minutes? 12 to 15 minutes. All right. So, I have three speakers, Dr. Vikas Dash, Dr. S.P. Dash, and Dr. Deepak Nayak. So, hopefully all are there in the hall. And my rapporteur is Dr. Kalipado Mondo. Sorry, Dr. Kalipado with me. So, this is the first session, and the keynote address will be delivered by Dr. Vikas Das, Director ICAR National Research Center, Palli, Muzaffarpur, Bihar. So I am requesting him to come to the dais. Some brief introduction. Please have a brief introduction of Dr. Vikas Das.
Dr. Vikas Das, now the Director of NRC Lichi, and we have already given introduction regarding Dr. Vikas Das sir during our inaugural session. So sir has long experience, particularly the tropical, subtropical, general fruits as well as the minor fruits. He has more than 24 years of research experience in capacity of scientists of ICAR, senior scientist as well as the principal scientist in different positions of ICAR institutes, and he has generated lot of the technologies with respect to the tropical and subtropical fruits, and particularly in the field of germplasm conservation, technology development, production technology development, and rainwater harvesting system, etc. And he has popularized a lot of technologies for rain-fed cropping system in eastern India, dry region of eastern India in particular. So now I shall request Dr. Vikas Das sir for his thoughtful, insightful deliberation. So hope this deliberation will enlighten the theme of our symposium. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much for this introduction and giving me this opportunity, respected chairman of this session, Honorable Vice Chancellor UBKV, and distinguished fellow delegates and many of the students I see. So, in fact, as I spoke a bit in the morning, the area which I thought to sensitize all of us, including me, is where we academicians, what more we need to do in case of, I would say, underutilized crops. I won't be using the word minor fruits. I'm using underutilized crops. And can you go to the next slide, please? I won't be giving much introduction about underutilized fruits. We know their importance, that they have a lot of importance, as Sarah said in the morning. Some of the crops which seem minor to us are major to many of the people in the rural areas, and they play a very important role in their livelihood. And Honorable Vice Chancellor of this university, he has rightly indicated that the tribal community in Jharkhand, where I was posted later, Kendu is a commercial crop. It's a major crop. Kendu, and the Flockershia indica, and many of those PR he talked about. In fact, I had a student along with Jadi who did his PhD under this university, where we worked on Guchnami Alliance, its propagation and chronology study we did, because that is very important. PR is like what is called it? Guchnami Alliance को हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं ये? PR ही बोलते हैं यहाँ पे. So those are the crops. They play very important in tribal economy. In fact, I have seen people from Chhattisgarh. In fact, when I was working with Ramakrishna Mission, I was working on rejuvenation of some of the orchards in Narayanpur district. In fact, I could know that the story of the interaction of tribal people with the local traders in the Abujmad village. It is based on the PR economy. Chironji, people call it Chironji. In fact, the tribal used to bring 1 kg of Chironji from the forest in exchange of 1 kg of salt. The outsider used to give them 1 kg of salt, and they used to go back inside the forest. And the Chironji, which cost in 1,000, and salt would cost in 10 rupees a kg. So that is the story of Chironji, and how the Chironji played a very important role in their economy. And this kind of crop, they have played very important role in ensuring livelihoods. I won't say ensuring, but tribals depend on them. It has never ensured their livelihood fully, what we expect, as much it should have. Next, please. So, we talked about it, what are the needs of its conservation, because they play a very important role, and slowly as crop, they are marginalizing. People are converting area into newer crop, more fascinating crops. I always give the example of many crops like dragon fruit is no doubt a very good crop. It is a very profitable crop, but the way it is taking over from our own crops. So it's time, unless we conserve the germplasm of such valuable resources, which we have never acknowledged in our academy. I don't know how many plants ICR institutes have registered with PPV and FRA. We do not have any descriptors. Kundan is there, and I don't Selva. Shaktivel sir is there. Sir, I don't know whether we have a descriptor for Karanda, whether we have a descriptor for any of those Karambola or Jamun. Do we have descriptor for Jamun, Kundan? I don't know. We are having. Thank God we could have one descriptor for Jamun. But PPV FR registration is such an important thing, and we have not done that, and things are getting extincted because of expansion of area under other commercial activity as well as other commercial crops. So it is time that we academicians should gear up and help the local community in acknowledging their contribution in conserving the germplasm so far in their own forest area and surrounding areas. And that is why we are here to acknowledge the importance of these crops. Next, please. Next slide, please. So, just to give an idea, because why these crops are important, I have given you, in fact, sir, I had shown this slide there. If you go to the tribal areas, these crops, they are not minor crop. They are very important crop. I am just showing you an example of what are the different components of a tribal farming system and in Jharkhand. And I would say if you go to any tribal household, in the morning, Vice Chancellor sir had talked about homestead garden. In fact, you go to any homestead of tribal farmer, you will see one plant of tamarind, one plant of mahua, one plant of jackfruit, one plant of the chiroji, and you sum up the total income from all these commodities. It is much more than what they get out of rice. But when you ask them what they earn from agriculture, they only talk about rice. What income they get from rice. They never talk about the kind of income they get from selling the tamarind fruits or jackfruit or other fruits in the villages. So they play very important role. In fact, the amount of money we pay to buy 1 kg of jamun, why I showed in my introductory slide, first slide, a very poor woman selling jamun in a railway station near Ranchi. That much of jamun I would have purchased in Ranchi at a cost of 100 rupees, and you go to the village where you will buy at a cost of 10 rupees. That much of jamun, the woman will get 10 rupees. And she has collected it from the forest by going to the forest in the early hours and collecting the fruits, and she gets hardly 10 to 20 rupees. And we purchase it in the cities at the cost of 100 rupees. So that's why I said that it has never ensured livelihood. It should have ensured livelihood in a much bigger way than that it has contributed. Next, please. So this is just to give an example. What is that we have calculated? We have done a complete study of existing tribal farming systems in Jharkhand in different districts. Just one example I am showing. You can see the income from various components that a tribal farmer gets. I see ma'am here from Jharkhand. She knows this thing very well, that how much of these kind of commodities, lesser known, so-called underutilized fruits, they contribute towards the economy of tribal farming community. Next, please. I must acknowledge, today I have come just to acknowledge some of the initiatives taken by some of the institutions. I must acknowledge, in the morning I had said, some of the universities like the Palli or Kerala Agriculture University and in fact TNU also has done quite a bit of work in taking forward and helping rather than only characterizing the fruit, but rather than multiplying the fruit and taking it to the farmer's field. In fact, West Bengal has done a great contribution. The nursery industry of West Bengal, you go to the nursery in the East Midnam, what is that area called, the nursery hub of West Bengal, you ask for any underutilized fruit plant, they can give you. But not much of research work has been done here in terms of quality publication. I know research work is being done by the universities and this beautiful journal is there, but in terms of very high impact publication, our presence has not been felt so far, because India is a rich storehouse of such valuable resources, and scientific community in the world, they are unaware of the kind of work we do. And so some of the universities, they have really contributed, and among the ISL Institute, I must acknowledge the contribution of IHR, particularly Saktivel Saraswat Chaitali Center. They have been a center of excellence if you look at what I am trying to show is the existing value chain. In fact, we all know so many products of jamun are in the market. So many products, the Ayurvedic companies like Real or Patanjali, many of the startups, many NGOs, they are producing the jamun seeds, powder and jamun juices. They are in the market. The value chain is already been established. Not for the bigger players, they have established the value chain, and so it's time. The most of the raw material that is being used by these growers, they come from the forest. That is only collected through collection mode. So we do not have a production chain of this crop, because as this slide indicates, we have a successful consumption mechanism already in place. But our production source is limited. So can you go to the next slide, please? I have tried to search in Science Direct. Science Direct, all of us know, that is a source where we search for publications in very high impact journals. And if we look at, I tried to search the area of research in jamun over the years, how our research focus in jamun has changed in our, if I look at our own country. So as you can see, the most of, in fact, major research high publication took place during 2001 to 2024. Before that, there were publications, but they were not published in very high impact journals. But most of our work, the work which has been published in jamun, and we feel so proud of, it is about saying that jamun is good. But we don't have work on, you see hardly some 2 or 3 paper on crop improvement or 2 or 3 paper on production technology. And we have not really done justice in bringing this crop from the forest and putting it in the main crop field. Although the value chain is established, the time has come now that our research focus has also to go towards other sides, because post harvest handling, lot of publications I could see. Its medicinal value and nutritional value, lot of publication I can see. But if you look at other part, which now I was talking with the head of crop production division of CISH Lucknow, Kunal Kumar, and we are discussing exactly the same thing. Not much of quality publication have come out in this area. Can you go to next slide, please? This analysis, next slide, please. Yes. I don't want to really scare you out of this. This is the kind of study we do. We call it bibliometrics. Many of these new generation scientists are well aware of this kind of studies. And this indicates exactly how much of research papers we have in different theme areas. And if you go to the next slide, this slide indicates the authors, the country. If you look at the first column, the majority of the, no doubt, majority of the work has been done. If you, from Scopus, we come out with this kind of analysis, and it indicates that, no doubt, India has contributed the maximum amount of research papers, quality research paper on jamun. But as I said at the beginning, the papers are mostly on its medicinal value, its nutritional value, and how to process it. Not on production technology, not on multiplication, not on development of varieties. Can you go to next crop, please? Yes, this is very important crop. This crop belongs to India. People from south, they love this crop, and it's really, we feel so bad when we get sweet tamarind from Thailand covering our entire market of India. And over the generations, we have the South Indian culinary has some thousands years of history, and now Thailand varieties are covering India. And if you look at the value chain already, the tamarind briquetting has already started. Many of the organizations have started working on tamarind bricks, tamarind pulp, tamarind chutney. This has a very established value chain. Now, but most of the product, they are collected from the existing plants in the forest. Next, please. If you look at the research papers in Science Direct, I have shown it. I have classified our research into 3 period, that is 1960 to 80, 81 to 2000, and 2001 to 2024. So our research publication, in fact, it started from 2081 to 2000. Very few publications were there, but during the recent year, lot of publication has come out. But look at the area in which research publication has come out. And I was really surprised to see at least some 400 or 500 papers I could see on utilization of the gums from tamarind seed. The use of carbide, use in nanotechnology, so many places, so many options have come up now. The value chains are already established. Now I believe the time has come that we need to work, because if you look at there are work on material science, pharmacology, energy, many of this work has come up, value addition. But if you look at the third column, the production technology, look at what is the present third one. Can you see the production technology? It is around 2 out of some thousands of papers. We have only 2 quality research papers on tamarind from India. In fact, from world, I would say from world, only 2 quality papers to bring this crop from forest to our cropland. So that is where I wanted to draw your attention. Can you go to the next slide, please? This is where, just to show how our research for papers, they are the topics are connected. Next, please. This shows our publication source. You can see so many countries like USA, Brazil, Indonesia, Nigeria, Canada, Lebanon. They are working on jamun now. Jamun is no more, although we know that center of origin is India. But so many other countries, they have started working on this crop. And we know that jamun has got a lot of, the tamarind has got a lot of uses. It can be used in so many purposes, and the products have already, the value chains are established. The market is there. India exports a huge quantity of tamarind pulp to the market, and but its production technology, research on its production technology and crop improvement, some work is being conducted at KNIU. They have released some of the varieties, but we in other places the work is still at its infancy. The research was still at its infancy. We need to think about it to bring this crop to the mainstream. Next, please. We all love carambola. We call it in Hindi. Carambola is very favorite. We make chutney out of it, and when I saw it in near Sialda railway station, it is sold in huge quantity. People eat so much of carambola. Carambola now, in fact, Kerala Agriculture University, they have anybody from Kerala in this program, because they are pioneer in utilization of underutilized crops. And they have, there is a program by government of Kerala. They have established infant processing unit. They produce many products. So those products are already ready. Products are ready. Market is ready. Carambola has got market. But if you look at our area, can you go to next slides? Some of this work you can see. I will show why carambola has got good quantity of research paper and production technology. You can see a lot of work on medical chemistry, but I could get quite a number of papers in carambola. Can you go to next slide, please? Next and next. Next. You can see the maximum quantity of publication. Carambola is a crop of Malaysia and Indo-Burma region, but you can see the quantity of publication here. Here Indian contribution is minimum, and where carambola is a very favorite crop of all of us. We eat so much of carambola. But we don't do research on this. If you do research, we don't do research on this. If you do research on that, we don't publish in very high quality research paper. Our presence among the academic peers is at a negligible level. So that is where I just wanted to draw your attention. Next, please. Similarly, I can go on. I just showed you 3 examples, but we can search the literature and we can really know where exactly we need to focus right now as a society on utilization of minor fruits. So this is a crop. This is a very favorite crop of India. We have got a very established market in bale. West Bengal consumes lots of dry bale from other places to make different Ayurvedic products. Many of the Ayurvedic companies, they procure bale in huge quantities. So marketing of bale is not a problem. And if you go to the next slide, please. We do not have paper on crop production and crop utilization in high quality publication. I know there are paper from CISH, there are paper from other universities also. But on high quality publication, we do not have. In fact, as I was mentioning in the morning, in fact, value chain study of this crop is very important. But I could not see a single paper working on economics or value chain study or any research work on that. There are many technical bulletins available, I could see. But research publication on value chain of this lesser known crop was not available, and that requires in fact attention of researchers. Research is not about just production technology or scientific aspect. Social aspect of a crop plays a more important role in its streamlining in the mainstream, and but we do not have adequate research work on that. Next please. Mahua, just take another case of Mahua. In fact, this has been our proud dream in India over the years. Our Mahua has been suddenly, the Britishers, they wanted their own dream to come into India and they banned Mahua. They said all bad things about Mahua, and it has gone into oblivion. We only talk about the energy value is used as biodiesel and so many things, but Mahua has been, as Sir was also saying in the morning, Mahua has been an edible fruit for a long time in the country. Our research, we have some variety released from, I think the Palli has released some variety, and somehow I think Raipur has some variety maybe. But we do not have adequate agronomic information on this crop. Although I have seen during my survey in Jharkhand, each house having one Mahua plant, they get at least 10 to 20,000 rupees per plant. They get at least 10 to 20,000 rupees per plant depending upon how they process it. If they make alcohol out of it, if they get more money, they make edible flour, just make laddu out of it and all these things. They get at least 10,000 rupees a plant. No, our lychee cannot be that much of money, our mango cannot be that much of money. So, time has come to give due respect to this plant. We have blamed these plants over the years, since last, I would say 100 years, but before 100 years, Mahua was a very respectable plant. And so that is why I again emphasize that since the faculties are here, I must thank Jaydeep for allowing one of his students to work on Chiroji. It's a very lesser known crop around the country. And similarly, I would urge the faculties here who have come over from other places also, please alert your students to understand these plants also, apart from the major plants like mango and lychee and other crops. Please do focus on these plants. Next please. As I said, that awareness, we still believe that there are challenges, no doubt, but I would say here that it is not that we don't know about this crop anymore. The time has gone. As I said, during my preparation for ARS exam in 1998, I had prepared a write-up of around 10 pages about underutilized fruits. We all know since last 25-30 years we know about it. What are the uses, what are the value chains, everything is known. Now time has come to take it forward. Next please. So the future direction is, so far there are so many government missions have come, but National Horticulture Mission operating in different states, they do not have adequate attention towards this. In some of the states, due attention has been given, but our policy level focus has to be also there. They should also support cultivation of this crop and branding. As I said, the last point I would like to say, we have a global presence of our product like the Bale and Jamu. It's time that many of our products, we know medicinal value of these products and global branding, because most of these products, they can be grown in organic mode. They are very resilient crops. They can grow with minimum amount of inorganic inputs. So we can always brand them as very safe sources of pharmaceuticals or edible products. And so we need to undertake hardcore research and branding of lesser known fruits, how to brand them and to place them in a global place. Our research programs, like people like Basu sir, who knows about the social science aspect, and they can give a better direction. Sir, I think in this, with your presence, sir, I'd like to request, appeal to you, sir, with your team of sociologists and economists, you can think about how to brand these crops, because West Bengal has been a pioneer in eating this crop, and how we can place it in a global scale. So that is what I wanted to say. So thank you very much. Next, please. So this small kid now enjoying the strawberry. So why not? I could have seen a beautiful jamun in his mouth. So now the way strawberry is taking forward, I would like to see some traditional. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Yes, the floor is open. If you have questions, you can ask the question.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir, for your well compiled and very informative, sir, presentation. I have one query, sir, that you have highlighted the different aspects of underlying food crops. Can we not have a dedicated institute for underlying food crops in ICR system? That may be one of the important initiatives, policy initiatives, in order to ensure that we could be able to highlight the significance of our underlying food crops. One example, sir, I will cite that few years before, sir, makhana was not known. Now it has become a global crop.
Yes.
Only because there is a dedicated institute and current initiative was taken from top level. Now it has become a global and the whole community, all are small family members are associated with makhana cultivation. Now they can visualize the potential of makhana. In a similar way, sir, can we not have a dedicated ICR institute or fundamental groups? This is only one submission.
Yeah, I understand.
You are attending several
creating an institute requires a lot of but rightly you have said, because like lychee, my institute works on lychee. Also, since last few years we have been focusing on longan. Longan is a very common fruit in West Bengal. They call it asphal. Asphal is a very commonly found fruit here. And so we have started working on it. I'd like to know if anybody from DCKB or from UBKB sir or from Santiniketan can work on longan. Any support you need from our institute, we are always there. So Gautam is there, many of the faculties of fruits are there. Please you can dedicate, because creating an institute for a particular minor crop may be difficult for us at ICR, we know that. But university has all those liberties. You can work on a wide range of crops, and to the students you have got bigger hands, wider hands. Please expose your students to a wider hands first. Not only on biochemical characterization, but on standardizing of those agronomic practices and molecular biology and all those aspects.
Moreover, sir, one center of excellence in this region.
Yes.
That will also serve.
Yeah, center of excellence, but that is what mentioning. Because West Bengal is a place I have seen the way they eat so many wide type of fruits. I have never taken so wide variety of fruit in Odisha. I am from Odisha. Bihar, forget about it. But West Bengal, they eat wide variety of fruits. So it's worth suggesting this kind of recommendation can go from this particular session.
Thank you, sir.
Myself is Nilesh Bhumi from UK. Sir, definitely we can work on longan also. But do you, Satish, I think you have visited our place also. So what about your idea in our subtropical region, how the performance of the rambutan, another associate crop of your institute, that is Vypatium leptosia, something we can plan for collection of few campus and just evaluation in our university. So, okay, thank you, sir.
Doctor, thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. I was impressed about the different characterization of publication coming from undergraduate course. Get ready, we will be calling you shortly to our IHR for a very good presentation about the publication, because we have been totally unlucky. Best wishes to you, because I know him from the last 25 days. 25 years. He is such a hardworking man when he was in Planto, Bihar. So again, my sincere congratulations to you, and keep it up on the same tempo, because recently you have evaluated our own student, the way your expectation, especially on publication, it impressed us. Congratulations to you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bhavan is concerned, it won't come up here very well, because it is a humid topic. It is a humid topic, and to connect well. The performance of Rambutan is so high. So here, because Dr. Saab already said that we have supplied the material to NRC Lychee, because they are all coming under subcontagious group, it failed it. But you can concentrate more on Langa, and better you start with OP populations. There is a raise 1,000 or 2,000 populations. From that you can identify the more fun and come with 1 or 2 good varieties.
Thank you, sir.
Hello. So there is one matter of concern. Maybe it is open to the house for discussion. You mentioned about mahua. I don't know why people consider it as a minor fruit crop, and its fruits are not eaten. Only flowers are used for making wine. And basically we can call a oil fruit crop because oil is extracted, and that is bitter in taste also. I have tasted it. So I don't know why we should focus upon working in mahua, or why should it be included in the minor fruit crop? Sir.
Yeah, you rightly said the mahua oil is very popular in the tribal areas, but I also know that the flower, many of the fruits, let us not go into the botany part of it. Botanically it's a flower, but because of the sweetness of the flower, people use it for making many of the confectionaries, mahua, laddu and all these things. In fact, mahua flour is added in general atta to make roti, like in Jharkhand they call it pitha, and they make out of many desserts out of it. But I believe mahua is a very less, what do you say, it deserves much more attention of the policymakers as well as the researchers than what he has got so far. What we use, because the amount of research paper I am now seeing in lychee, which is, you would say the production technology is 10%, and 30% is on how to robotics and all, how to identify ripened fruit and how to harvest it. And rest 60% is how to use the peel and seed. Okay, recently we had our research advisory committee meeting, and this, when I presented our work on starch isolated from lychee seeds, they said yes, time will come that lychee will be grown for its seeds only. So we do not know how the use will change. Okay, so that research should go on, finding values out of different plant parts. But like bale, that's the marmelising content from bale leaves. So many research, I could see the research paper from bale leaves. But okay, not let take it forward. So similarly, mahua, right now we know about the oil, and we don't know what else it can yield also. So it is, but it requires much more attention than it is getting right.
Thank you.
Anyway, any more questions? So, listening Bikash is always fascinating. The second time listening to Bikash, and always you will have a smell of the soil from his lecture. That's true, because we are worked enough in the fields along with the farms. And lastly, I must thankful that he has used bibliometry. Because as a man of social science, we used to do that. Normally people like you, those who are dealing with hard science, they are doing mostly from agriculture. They are using these softwares nowadays is available, like Fox Viewer and others, many things are freely available. So that will set the research agenda, what we lack seeing. So that's an excellent analysis with the help of software, from where we can understand our limitations, where we have to go. So every researcher, before going to doing any research, we must do that method. That's the essence of that. Anyway, thank you for presenting in this seminar to give a sensitization to all the audience. So, not as a chairman, as a listener of you, I must thankful to you for opening up the horizon. So, thank you. I'm just putting my rejoinder on Vikas, because after every presentation I will do that, unless people will forget what happened after 2-3 lectures. Anyway, thank you Vikas for your excellent presentation and setting up the stage here as a keynote speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next speaker is Dr. S.P. Das, Director, ICF National Research Center for Orchids, Pakiam, Sikkim. His topic is medicinal and aromatic orchids for enhancing nutritional security and sustainable development of Northeast India. Please introduce.
Dr. Shankar Prasad Das. He is now in the capacity of Director, National Research Center for Orchids. So he has more than 20 years of research experience. Particularly, he is the man of plant breeding, and he has lot of research in rice genomics and genetics, minor cereals, and many more horticultural crops regarding the nutritional aspects as well as the varietal development, etc. And he has number of international publications which has a very good citations. So now we shall hear from Dr. Shankar Prasad Das, and we are very thankful as he has given consent to be with us with his insightful and lustful deliberation. So please, sir.
Most respected chairmen sir of the session and the co-chairmen and distinguished delegates. I will try to do justice because I don't fall under minor fruits now, orchids, mostly medicinal and aromatic compounds I will be talking about. And honestly speaking, I am not a man of medicinal and aromatic plants. As I said, I was in rice, breeder, with basically developing with the varieties and all these things. But being the director of the NRC Orchid and my initial service in NRC Orchid, regarding whatever knowledge I would like to share, my main emphasis will be to sensitize the orchid genetic resources that we are having in this region, entire India, particularly this part, eastern part, northeastern part, and some touching their medicinal and aromatic importance. See, in India we are about 1256 orchid species. I mean, many a times if a person who is not well familiar, the moment you say 1256 species, they say, oh, this may be something wrong. I mean, how there can be so many species? But fact is that worldwide, at present, there are more than 30,000 species of orchids. This is such a crop, maybe every day there are few new species. The reason being that it is very freely crossing. I mean, inter-generic processes are possible, inter-specific processes are possible, and so in nature, every day you will find a report, a new orchid species has been identified and named. So it's about total 155 genera we have, and see the number, the endemic species. This is more than 307. So that is our strength in orchid genetic resources. And out of that, most of them are epiphytic. I mean, about 60%. Then there is cereal, and then micro-heterotrophic orchids are also there. There are some orchids which are saprophytic. Even there are some orchids which are subterranean, I mean below the ground. Even their flowering comes underground. Next please. Yeah. So this is just to give a picture. I mean, what is the potential of orchid in global market and what is projected global market scenario. At present, orchid is one of the top 10 cut flowers, and entire cut flower business by 2030 will be something around 5,000 billion US dollar. So you can imagine at least 500 billion US dollar will be from orchid. But apart from that, in future what is coming, not as a cut flower, orchid as a cosmetic component, orchid as a medicinal component, orchid as a nutraceutical component. That's why, I thought this presentation will be very befitting for this seminar to just have an idea. We have Dr. Suman who is directly working on that. He will make a presentation. In orchid, there are compounds which are anti-cancerous, which are anti-diabetic, which are having lot of medicinal properties. Directly as an agricultural scientist, to put us something as a medicine or medicinal product, it is very difficult. It is very complicated. We have to go through so many procedures. But we can directly go for their placement as a nutraceutical products. Health supplement, health product. And orchid has a tremendous array of diversity that can be utilized for this kind of product. Next. See, these are the trends. I will just tell you about industry. Just I will touch, among the cut flower, because we are sitting in West Bengal. West Bengal can be a very promising and very highly progressive orchid cultivator. Many people may not be realizing this part. Sir is there. He has established a very good orchid area in UBKB, and there are 2 units in Jalpaiguri. If somebody sometimes go and see those units, really you can believe that West Bengal can be a hub of orchid for cut flower. Phalaenopsis, Dendrobium, Vanda, Makara, at least these 4, and Darjeeling for Cymbidium. I can tell you, if you get an opportunity like this seminar in the month of January, February, Darjeeling, they have some flower shows. And we are also planning at Pakyong at our institute to have a 10 days flower show. I will invite all of you, please come. The reason is that many people won't understand actually the kind of growers we have in our region. I must say that Cymbidium growers of the Darjeeling are the best in the world. Nobody can compete. And many people may think that Australia is a very good country and Netherlands, but they really cannot compete with our Darjeeling. A very ordinary grower, the kind of flowers they produce, and the kind of atmosphere Darjeeling has, always covered with fog and all these things, the best time for Cymbidium. Next please. So this I have put the entire, so you can see West Bengal is the third in orchid resources. Arunachal is the first, then Sikkim, West Bengal, mainly because of Darjeeling. Darjeeling is the main area which has the maximum level. And of course in south, Western Ghat is also another area, has lot of genetic diversity with medicinal properties. But as morning I said that in Chabanpras, those medicinal orchids, Habenaria, then Galaxies, they are mostly available in the Western Himalayas, Uttarakhand, Kashmir. I was talking with Kotal and all these things. They are basically underground bulbs. And truly speaking, the way people are collecting them, many of them are subdued. And so that's why there is a science what we are trying to do, even to have them tissue culture, multiply, and see if that medicinal property remains in the callus or the tissue culture plant. And this is yet to be established. If it is there, then they can be very well utilized in medicinal. Next please. Yeah, this is again one Gastoria sikkimensis. It's a, what I was telling, under the ground actually, it's under soil. It's a micro-heterotrophic orchid, very recently discovered in Sikkim, saprophytic orchid. So every day such reports are coming. Even few days back there was a report of pseudogyne Simonensis, which was a new species that has been described from people. So even from Darjeeling is also will come. Next. So these are the strength in our genera wise. As you can see, we are strongest in Barbovilla. Many of them are medicinally important. Then is Dendrobium. And what Dr. Shuman is working mostly on Dendrobium. Dendrobium nubile, Dendrobium muscatum, Dendrobium densiflurum. If anybody has experience, if you go to China, as we give soup, appetizer, China, before they give the main meal, they will give you some stem, small pieces of cut stems. Actually, those are Dendrobium officinalis, actually, sir. So that has to be chewed. That is a medicine as well as appetizer. Dendrobium nobile, which is the state flower of Sikkim, has that kind of flower. Why I say in China at one time, having access to Dendrobium nobile and a few Dendrobium orchids were restricted only to the emperor family. Others, anybody collected those plants, they might have been beheaded. That kind of importance was assigned to Dendrobium. That they knew that they were so vigorous. Orchids, the origin of the orchid. So orchids, everybody, you can understand what is the meaning. It means virility. So most of the orchid species are known for their vitality and virility. And Cymbidium also, so there are very few species which are quite good in medicinal orchid. And Heredia, of course. Next, please. So these are the, I have listed, I will not read the list. These are the notable endemic orchids, and most of them have something medicinal. Another point I would like to keep in front of you, this is not my word, I was also really mesmerized. This is our Honorable BG sir mentioned in one program on medicinal and aromatic plot. He said a story, sir. He said, when Lakshman became unconscious by Shaktivan, Hanuman was sent to bring the one plant, Sanjivani. But Hanuman brought entire Parvat. And he said, why? Because it is very difficult to believe that such a learned person like Hanuman could not identify Sanjivani, and he brought the entire mountain. The reason was that in that war, Lakshman was not the only person who was wounded or who needed the medicine. There were several others who might have needed different kind of medicine. So he has brought entire that mountain which was full of all these kind of medicinal plants. The meaning is that if we look around, every plant has something as a medicine to offer us. It is a matter of time we identify. When we identify, then we will realize. In orchid also it is like that, sir. Some of the orchids we are saying, but truly speaking, I must say most of the orchids are medicine. Now we have to see whether that comes from flower, whether that we can derive them from the leaves or from the bulbs, sure bulbs. That part we need to do thorough research and identify and then propagate them accordingly to be used as a medicinally important nutraceutical compounds. Next please. Sir, I will just quickly go through just the all can appreciate. See, these are some of the photographs, this taken by me when I was a young scientist joined as a nursery orchid. Not to tell, sir, I traveled 1 lakh kilometers to collect orchids. And many people you may know that when you enter in Sikkim, Darjeeling, Himalayas, there are leeches that will drop from actually tree on your head. You won't realize. Once you come out of forest, you may find that 30-40 leeches are there on your head. So the telling of this, until we realize, you see the beauty. Next please. Next. These are the sympedial species, some of them. Next. And these are mostly dendrobium species. Dendrobium has huge. The one that dendrobium deciflora is very important. Then dendrobium sumanuitel, very correctly. Even in Buddhist religion, dendrobium bucerianum, they consider it as a very pristine. So it has to be in the monastery, and it is to be offered to the Buddhist god. Next, please. And here, sir, mostly down. Another very important is that the Paphiopedilum species that we call lady sleeper orchid. Regarding this also, I will tell a story. At one time, the Paphiopedilum varianum, the one at the third or last one, it was declared as a lost orchid. And almost 130 years back, Royal Horticultural Society declared a award of £1,000. Imagine 130 years back, £1,000. If anybody can bring a single plant of Paphiopedilum varianum, and what would be that today, sir, £1,000? I mean, its cost will be something in crores. But there one proof only, they could see that in Arunachal Pradesh, in a marshland area, it was growing like a wild flowers. And they were not knowing this is varianum. They told their captain, he was also not so very conscious, but his wife was very conscious. She presented their flowers to the Royal Horticultural Society and took that money, £1,000 as an award. But my point is this, these are our natural resources. Many of them actually already taken by illegal collectors. Many of our people only help them to get these all valuable resources gone from India through all kinds of channels. But at least let us be cautious. Let us be now aware of what we are sitting on. I mean, and we must try to protect them in a very effective manner. Next, please. See, this I have already discussed. So, many of you might be knowing in Bihu festival. See, the Assamese lady, they wear a hair ornament. That is nothing but Bihu stylist Detusa. That is called as a foxtail orchid. It also has a medicinal value. That we call it Sanskrit Rasna. I mean, it mostly found in mango trees and all this thing. People used to use them. They are ultis when bones are broken. Say they will put a bandage along with that to make that bone again to rejoin. So that kind of things and that kind of knowledge are there. Next, please. Sir, what we have already started in NRC orchid, such orchids we are trying to get them registered in the genetic stock. And this is one example. Actually, he is the first author we are all involved. And very recently, in the month of September, for their medicinal properties, they have been registered as a PGPR by the Plant Genetic Resource Identification Committee. So now it's a property, and they have quercetin and so many other properties, anti-diabetic, anti-cancerous. Actually, we have many. At least at present we have 30 around that kind of species which are very important in medicinal component. So slowly we will do that one. Next, please. This is the pharmacological activities in orchid: anti-cancerous, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, mostly, sir. Then there is also said that there are orchids that will have been anti-aging. And then wound healing, it was have been used for Vanda species are several times used for that one. Next, please. Then comes to some aromatic. This is another area we are not working. I mean,
extracting the essential oil with aroma. And there is canoes, there is the board is there, sir. The manager is repeatedly telling, "Yes, sir, you are not understanding what I am saying. You collaborate with us." This kind of essence extracted from orchid, world market they will be mad after this. In our place, sir, we have Aedes odorata. Sir, you might be knowing that white color, highly fragrant. Then another one, Zygopetalum intermedium. Though this is not an Indian orchid, but the moment you enter, you will feel that entire house is full of aroma. So that is another area we need to work. Very little work is there actually. Next. Yeah. Then coming to orchid potential as a cosmetics. In market you see, cosmetics are sold by the name of orchid. Face wash, orchid face wash, orchid soap. I don't know how many of them have orchid actually. But why they are doing? Because they know that the moment you enter the world, they will be sold. But truly they have that kind of a cosmetic property. Many of them. Next. Yeah, this is the threads I have already discussed. Mainly, sir, that edited loss, illegal trade, of course, why reduced now? And I must present one thing in front of this house. However, that kind of endemic and their plans are there. Actually, we should not become antagonistic to those collectors. We should work with them. Actually, what we are trying to prevent them by forcing law, and it is not possible. Even today, you go to police bazar Shillong, they are selling Banda Sirulia in open market. But if we work with them, make them understand the importance of Banda Sirulia, only species that adds the Banda color to all Banda hybrids worldwide. We can be successful, and they are very knowledgeable. They are very knowledgeable about orchid. Next, please. Sir, this is the thing I have already told. We have to work with them, then we have to have a in situ conservation as well as ex situ conservation. Because things are disappearing very fast. So, ex situ conservation is also very important. Academic institutions, at least they will have those spaces if they are not in the wild. Now, embryo culture techniques are there. We standardize almost 100 embryo culture techniques. We are training some of the very rare orchid to reintroduce themselves in the forest. Cymbidium boydii. We have multiplied, we will take them to their. Another, sir, if you remember, goals that make NH10. Only there it is available one species, Diplomatis ipsutus. That is the endemic to Sikkim. And almost gone. But what we have done, we have collected them, trying to multiply them, and again re-established in the nature. So that kind of thing we are trying. Next, please, sir. Yeah. Another thing is, sir, to develop superior habitat. Lots of habitats are developed, so pressure on those original species get reduced. I am very happy to announce NRC orchids have very recently released 25 hybrids. They were an accumulation of long days, and so we will try to multiply. So once they are there for business, people will be less attracted to the original species. They will stop this illegal collection and all this. Next, please. Sir, I will not go much. These are all new things need to be done. Molecular breeding, genetics engineering, climate preservation. Not much of today's selective. Next, please. Yeah. These parts we are doing. Only one thing we want to standardize in this: the bioreactor technology. Not in such flask and all these things. In a big bioreactors at a time. Large number of plants. Hybrid is very successful in that. To NRC Banana have a technology. We have collaborating with them. Very recently, probably orchid bioreactor technology we will do. We are working on this. Next.
Yeah, these are the things. Other things. Next, please. Yes. Sir, I have taught whatever I wanted to say in front of you. Just I wanted to present our strength in our field, the diversity. And my invitation to all of you, anytime, please visit Sikkim Center, Orchid Center, and at one place you will be able to see a huge diversity of art. I mean, at present, because for all of you it may not be possible to go to forests everywhere, but come to Sikkim in our NRC Orchid, you will see at one place. There are a lot of diversity in our community. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Das, for opening a little known world to us, very honestly. So I am an orchid lover, and really he invited you to visit Pakir, and nearby there is an airport.
Yes, sir.
So it's very easy to go, like in good season. Anyway, I am just allowing one question.
Yes, sir.
I am Dr. Professor Kumar from Visva Agriculture University. Sir, my submission or suggestion that very much important orchid Banda Roxburghii. Banda Roxburghii is a very good orchid and used in the Ayurveda, which should be mentioned in at least in the PPT. And the John Prass ingredient Jiva Visva Veda Mandira Kakoli Riddhi and Vriddhi, wherein the four orchid Jiva Visva and Riddhi Vriddhi. More orchid, if you have opportunity, it should to be elaborated for the research work. For mass multiplication, it is very much critically rare or less available in the market. So there is the opportunity for work this from the 5 orchids. It is my possibility.
Sir, very well taken suggestion. We definitely working on this only. You will see from Shubham's presentation. All those four.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
For your very elaborate and very knowledgeable presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So our next presenter is Deepak Naik. Kulla, please introduce Deepak.
Dr. Deepak Kumar Naik, now as Principal Scientist at CISH Regional Center, Malda. So, Dr. Deepak Kumar Naik has more than 17 years of research experience in the particular field of fruit science. And he has numbers of research papers in International Journal of Review and citation more than 150 in the particularly in the field of horticulture. He has different developed technologies with respect to mango and some other vegetable crops, integrated nutrient management and intercropping system. So I shall request Sir for his deliberation.
At the outset, I pay sincere homage to Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, a great visionary, social reformer, and philosopher, who called for all of us. And I am very much privileged to be here today and present before you. I must extend my sincere thanks to the organizing committee and especially to Dr. Bharati for inviting me as a keynote lecturer. My topic is on minor fruit crops in dry lands and arid regions, its importance, conservation, and multifaceted uses. When you talk about dry land and arid regions, we always think that resource poor area. And people residing there, they always think that resource poor people, or the resource poor people leaves the attention of us. And none of the resource in the universe has having its own importance. Although the dry land and arid region has its own importance. If we can utilize our resources properly, especially the genetic resources of minor food crops, aromatic plants and medicinal plants, we can judiciously utilize our dryland also into a productive belt. We can convert our non-arable land into a arable land. During our CST days, we used to have around 141 million hectares under arable condition. But now, when you see the statistics, it is almost 156 million hectares. Because it has been increased with the use of these minor food crops and medicinal aromatic plants. Government has taken immense impact on this, but not many work has to be done to feed this resource for people, as our hunger is at a bad edge. We are 101 out of 106 countries. Means people are even hungry. And who people? Those people are residing in backward regions. Those people are residing in resource poor conditions. Those people are only hungry. They are not hungry. They are getting the square meal every day. But they are fighting for the square meal. If you work judiciously, if you work in mission mode approach, you can serve the people and we can address the malnutrition. Not only those people who are looking for square meal, even for us also. With this minor food crops, with the use of aromatic and medicinal plants, we can get the nutrient-dense food, and that will definitely help us for quality life, healthy life. Sure, the today's topic is the minor food crops, and a lot of discussion has been held while we are talking about the minor food crops. I think people have classified this crop as a minor food crop based on the area covered. If you see the total acreage under the major food crops, it is around 72% of the total area. Whereas, in case of minor food, it is around 6 to 7%. So that's why people are talking the minor food crops. The minor food crops has the huge potential. Why? In this climate change scenario, these all crops are climate resilient. I will take some of the example in and around eastern regions. If you go to Simdega from Papu, you will see there are a lot of barren lands available. Somewhere you can see some of the date palms, somewhere you can see the tamarind, somewhere you can see some of the plants of jamu, but not properly cultivated. All are in scattered manner. If you go to the Tilpaha area of Saibganj, you will get the plenty of jamu. The whole hills has huge population of jamu, and the tribals are bringing jamu to that Bhakuti railway station, and all other women from Bhagalpur and other area, they used to be there to purchase those jamu. Maybe they are supplying to the Dabo, as Vikas Dasar was telling. How they can make the Kerala jamu juice? The Bhadra is making now, the Dabo is making now, but somehow they are sourcing the jamu from some of the area. Whether it is from Jharkhand, whether it is from Purulia, whether it is from Orissa, whether it is from Chhattisgarh. They are sourcing, but the system has to develop for quality production. Because the climate resilient crop. In order to avoid about those crops, because they have very long root system. They have very high ratio of root to shoot. They have their well adapted organs to sustain the very climate open situation. So these are the wealth for us. These are the wealth for us to convert the arable, non-arable land to arable land to feed the people. So I listed out some of the potential minor foods here, starting with jamu. Our Vikas sir also started with jamu. We love jamu. Yes, People put concentrated jamun. People did lot of things on jamun. But even though scientists have published very good papers, the big companies like Bhavan, Patanjali and others, they could make money out of this jamun, but our farmers remain in the same condition because they didn't get that much price what people are taking from us. The big people are taking from us. So what? 45 farad? Are we talking on that? The next crop is the bill. If I talk about the bill, I belong to the Bharati district of West Bengal, the jungle mahal. If you see the diversity of the bill in Jharkhand area, Ranimal Jhilipil area, and other Jharkhand area, plenty of diversities are available. If I take the one example of the good variety, what I could see in my study time, the Goma Jassi. Recently developed varieties from Bhavan station. The similar type of varieties already available in this area, which is called seafall, very less seeded, high quality, and the weight is also around 2.5 kilo to 3 kilo. Because very good for the processing purpose. Means there is a huge possibility to track the genetic resources across the eastern region, right from Jalpaiguri, Dita, in Jharkhand, your Chhattisgarh, even in Odisha. Third is Indian genomic debate. Dr. Das sir was talking about the Sankranti. During Sankranti, in our area, there is to have Ganga Puja. And during our child days, we used to visit Ganga Puja, and tribal ladies used to bring their bay, pool. In Bangla it is called pool. So plenty of diversity available there. But wait, this time I visited Ganga Puja place, I could not find a single one. Because already I have cut it down. Every day genetic revision is being taken place. We have to work on that. As rightly mentioned by Kunal Bishop said, we have to work for the center of excellence. Not as a center of excellence. We master a big area of 1,000 hectares, we should conserve them. We should try to understand the potential of the particular genotype or varieties, and we should promote it in a bigger scale. In that way, it's a well proven, it's not minor crop. If you go to Pratapgarh area, if you go to Pratapgarh from Lucknow, a lot of categories has been developed on the amla by understanding the medicinal properties, by understanding the quality of the crops, by understanding the products developed from the amla. Now it is well proven. You need to say much about this. Custard apple. Custard apple is not now a minor crop. The total Bengal market is started with custard apple coming from Karnataka, coming from Andhra Pradesh, and it is started 150 rupees per kilo. As it was the pomegranate. And they used to call pomegranate as also a minor crop. Now pomegranate is not a minor crop. People have taken a lot of pain to make this crop as a commercial crop. This is the golden harvest of the dry land area of Solarpur. I could visit in our pomegranate. The right person said, no water available. Then they are doing excellent crop. They are doing excellent crop of pomegranate. And each and every part of the pomegranate is useful for us. If you take the example of pomegranate, the peel, what we used to remove first, the peel has having all kind of antimicrobial, antioxidant, rich and other phytochemical properties, and those peels can be used for your cosmetic industries, for making face pack and others, even for making some of the syrup. If you take the airy part, you can put it to your juicer or your juice extractor unit, you can get for any juice, you can sell as a paper board and other things. But what about the seed? The seed oil has fantastic pharmacological properties. It has very high anti-cancer properties. And with microencapsulation of this seed oil, you can take very easily. One capsule is enough for you to control the cancer at prenatal stage. And that has been well proven and published by Dr. Arthur and Group. Now coming to tamarind, many people are from South India. Yes. Madam, we have also very rich diversity of tamarind. I belong to a very remote village, but I could see more than 50 types of tamarind in my village. More than 50 types of or wood in my village. But when I went to my village nowadays, most of the plants are being removed for making chemical, for making some natmandi, for making some other purposes. They are moving. We have to conserve the resources. The wood is a fantastic crop. But if you could see the development of varieties, only one variety has been developed by CIHS Bikaner, that is the Carboron. Now coming to Mohua, one of my fellow colleagues pointed out that Mohua is edible. But tender Mohua, we used to call it the kachra. When it is ripened, the seed part has oil, and the Mohua oil comes from the seed part of the fruit, and that is having pesticidal properties. And with that, Mohua we use it for fish culture. It takes around 21 days to get the pesticide-free condition in the pond and for percentage in our pond. And Mohua, the black, the flower, this is a good habit for the drivers. Nowadays, the government of Chhattisgarh has given huge impetus, and they are putting solar dryer, tunnel dryer, and different kind of dryer to have the dried petals. And they are exporting these petals to different countries. Even they are making syrup, they are making wines, and other products. So, the huge impetus. But what happened to ours is our state. Every day, people are cutting Mohua, and they are making your windows and other things. Every day, our minister from Purulia area, I went to this area just 1 month back. People are telling that these are full of jungle Mohua, but you will not find single Mohua there. Because of less commercial importance of this crop, if we cannot develop the industry solution on this, none of the crop will be there in the universe because they are getting very less importance. That's why, because I was telling that less known food. The Karanga, if you go to the Dakshin Chabis Pargana, the total Kerala area has been covered with Karanga, and a huge industry on candy making has been established here. Candy making, that means to call cherry, because people are getting money, they are cultivating. This is a large crop. When we are establishing orchard in any of the dry land, we can use this Karanga as a bifency crop. Whatever I already done, last 3-4 are prairie regions. I will take one example here. In Rajasthan, people used to say, if you do have 8 khejri plant and 5 goats, you can have decent livelihood. That much potential it has. The khejri leaves can be fed to your goats, and dry khejri seeds can be taken by yourself, by your family members. So these are the importance of the minor food crops. I will not say minor now. This is golden crops. Next please. So, how we can promote this? Because without promotion, none of the things can be survived. If you can take the one example, earlier we used to have the aluminum utensils, now we use fine anywhere, no. Because aluminum utensil has lost their importance, automatically has been removed from the system. Now you will not find same. So we have to understand the importance of the particular crop. Not only fruits, your leaves, your bark, your roots. And for that, to master the mega program for characterization of this thing. Not a simple type of work that I given some assignment to student, that can be limited into a publication, not into a commercial industry or product industry. So, whatever the crop we have that much funding system. We must characterize all the parts of this potential crop We should understand the pharmacological properties of this and their importance in the human being, in the healthcare system, or in the food system, or in the other system. We should understand the importance part. After understanding, we have to search the resources. Searching the resources is very much important. Map resources is again important, and judicious evaluation of the resources is again important. So I am happy to announce here the ISMFMAP has been working in a very tremendous way. We have characterized more than 200 plus jackfruit collected from different parts of West Bengal. We have characterized more than 250 varieties of traditional mango from different parts of West Bengal, and we are under process to characterize around 100 jamun varieties from different parts of West Bengal. One of very good scientists I had interaction just a few months back in the EU support. They were telling that I have given tasks to my students to find a single jamun genotype having more than 18 grams of protein. He has already reached 18 grams, but during our survey we could not find 18 grams. What I mean to say, we no need to concentrate only on 18 grams of fruits. The fruits have different uses, multifaceted uses. If you only concentrate on frozen pulps, you don't want to have the big fruits, but if you concentrate for fresh fruit, you may. If that particular jamun genotype has very high pulp content and very sweet, because I was coming from Ranchi to Purulia, and on the way, I had a beautiful jamun from Palli, and that's it. And beautiful jamun, very tasty. But when I got similar kind of jamun in other area, the taste was not that much good. Even my childhood time also, we used to have very big jamun and very pulpy, and small jamun also. We used to call puri jamun, very small jamun, and those jamun can be used for pulping, along with seed, and those pulps can be directly frozen through freeze wrap, through your frozen system, IPF, or any other system. You can have frozen products, and you can have similar kind of products. What we are getting is ice cream. The frozen pulp. You will take pulp and have the bit of jamun, fresh jamun in different oxygens. Recently, Dr. Mahapatra sir came to our station and we gave the frozen pulp during the month of July or June. He was wondering, this very beautiful taste as equal to the fresh pulp? Yes, not many individuals there, we have to use the technologies. Second, for commercial production, we need to have the production cluster. When you talk about the production cluster, you feel that you must have this cluster of land or like that. No need to have. If you do have the cluster of villages with you, as I was telling about the home current, the tribals are having huge land under the home current. You can have 10 good varieties of jamun each and every home current. And like 5,000 village households there, 5,000 retains, and 50,000 plants will be there, and your commercial production will come. But what will happen with commercial production? I am not going through a slide, I am taking that. What will happen with this your commercial production? Means you must have the proper packaging system. That may be made now, modified atmospheric packaging system, that may be this minimally processed product, and you must have the industry. Because whatever produces you are selling as a fresh, it's okay. But what about the rest? You may sell 60% or 50% of the fresh produces, but what will the fate of the 50%, rest of the 50%? That has to have the quality processed products. For pulping, when you pulp, you get the quality pulp, but your peel part will come apart. Your seed part will be part apart. You will have the very quality. You get the quality jamun seed. In Bengal, we used to have Siksha. And people used to admit the nifty also in CTC. Here,
with seed powder, you can mix your tea powder, and you have a beautiful jumps tea. Yes, it's beautiful. If you can mix the quality honey with that, it is a awesome. Every day you can take, and you can restrict your blood sugar level. And people are getting the result, and it's going to prevent everybody. Then coming to Vikas part, for quality production, you have to have the suitable kind of practices. If you do not have quality food, because your fruit will not be proper shape, your fruit will not be proper glossy in color, so you must follow that. And post-harvest processing and valuation. For that, we have to have a very strong relationship with community-based organization. If you do not have that community-based organization with you cannot have the education center with you, you cannot have the market linkages at the forward end. So you must have the community-based organization or at least prospective entrepreneurs with you. Otherwise, it is not possible. You can plant 50,000 plants in a cluster of 100 villages, but it is not possible for you to dispose of. So for that, for my students, it can be a very big venture for us, for other crops also. Not only for that, I take on the example of jamun. It can be for your udapel, it can be for your bale, it can be for your amla, it can be for your vegetable. No need to, because we are having more than 87% of smallholders in our country. They don't have more than 1 acre of land. So clustering of land is very difficult. But making the cluster of villages and use of homestead garden is very easy for us for making the quality production, commercial production, and have the quality food products even for premium domestic market and export market. And for that, as we have done what we work on pharmaceuticals and other properties to understand the properties of different fruit crops, again we have to work for the quality therapy, quality planting production in high scale, so that we can have the cluster, and we have to support with the quality production technology, so that quality harvest can be received. And side by side, post-harvest management process, we must have cotton industry, very well structured process with industry, so that our product can be compete with big companies. It is quite possible, sir. We could do all these things. We have done all these things at our market center. We have these mini processing plants. Now our mango jam, our jamun leathers can fight with any of the company. But for that, we must have the quality control laboratory behind that. To have the quality assurance system, to have the hand-holding system for the resource women who are working day and night for their livelihood, for their decent livelihood. Let's work together. I will come to last. And I'm saying to sir, because people are hurrying for lunch. Please come to last slide. So with byproducts, not only jamun-based products, jamun pulp, jamun seed powder can be blended with many other things, even for bakery items. It can enrich the medicinal properties of those products, bakery products. I already mentioned about the cosmetic, already mentioned about the medicinal properties, and every part can be used. Like moringa leaves, moringa flower, moringa pod, moringa seed for oil, moringa balm, moringa bark. You can use everything. Like jamun also, you can use every part of the jamun. For bale also, you can use every part of the also. Nowadays, you can find with jamun leaf powder in Amazon. You can find bale leaf powder in Amazon. Now you can going to find that the bale leaf infused honey in Amazon. The moringa leaf infused honey in Amazon, because the bakery supply is very certain. So please come to that. So I pray to all my senior colleagues, especially I am very much thankful to chairman to giving the opportunity. I took some more time because Bhavan said you given me only 10 minutes, but I could not finish. I feel applauding. So, sir, with blessing of all, let's drive a piece of wood approach. Let's drive a piece of wood approach to convert resource areas, to convert resource conditions of the dry land into resourceful conditions. Yes, it is needed to have the golden harvest of the minor crop, to have the high availability of nutrient-dense foods for the people, for us. एक आज जो काम है ये लोगों कल्याण का काम है। लोगों कल्याण ही होते निज कल्याण, जो दूसरे का काम है ये अपना काम है, वो दूसरे के काम से हमारा कल्याण है। सब अच्छे से रहिएगा। नमस्कार, जय हिंद, जय जोधपुर की जय हो।
Thank you, Deepak, for this very comprehensive presentation with an emotional touch. Actually, Deepak belongs to the tribe. Okay, its origin. So its commitment is very strong, and we are really happy that with a very comprehensive presentation, what we can do for the community itself. We have rightly pointed it out as very close to the lunch, and now allowing any questions. If you are taking any question with you, please discuss with Deepak at the lunch time. Please.
Thank you very much, Devabroto Basu sir, Professor Devabroto Basu sir, for nicely steering and chairing this session. And although it is almost we are in the empty stomach from last round interview, so again we have to start another session from definitely within 2:30. And now just I shall request our HOD sir, Dr. Jadip Mondal, to just felicitate with Utturio and flower bouquet to our chairman sir. Jadip sir, please. So I shall request our HOD sir again to felicitate our rapporteur, Dr. Kalpado Pramani, Department of Agronomy, Palli Siksha Bhavan. Thank you very much for your patience hearing. With this, we are concluding the keynote session.
Very good. So hopefully that will be reflected in the.
Thank you very much, sir. So all are requested to have their lunch at the horticultural farm, and we have arranged lunch over there. An announcement is that next session, session 1, the technical session 1, oral technical session 1, it will be convened in the Department of Horticulture, PG classroom of Department of Horticulture, and technical session 2, that is oral session 2, it will be convened here only in the community hall. So we shall try to start the session within 2:30. So please have a lunch and be in time. The meeting of the society, that is the annual general body meeting of the society, that will be held around 4 o'clock today, and all the society members present today are requested to present in the Department of Horticulture for being the part of the general body meeting of the society. Thank you very much.
চলছে লাইভ বন্ধ হলো।